This is CEMTV, reliable news and entertainment.
TV News, Truth First, You Next. Stay informed to stay empowered. Good evening, my name is Barrister Christine and I'll be taking the news at 6, and here are the news headlines. Two political allies of Rivers State Governor reportedly leaves his camp for the Rainbow Coalition linked to Nyesom Wike. Obiakpo image maker Sirim says commercial motorcycle ban is necessary for security and public order. United States Department of Homeland Security released names and photographs of 124 Nigerians facing deportation due to criminal convictions. We will bring you details of this and more in a moment. To stay with us.
Is it time? I can't wait to see it.
Voice of the people, stories that matter.
Oh wow! Aha!
Truth in every moment, now and forever. Across every border, across every land, we form, we empower, together we stand. From Africa to the world, connecting everybody.
And thanks for joining us. We begin our report from Rivers, where two political allies of the Rivers State Governor, Similai Fubara, have reportedly left his camp and joined the Rainbow Coalition, an alliance linked to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. The two politicians are Darlington Oji, a former senior special assistant to Governor Fubara, and Collins Onuo, a former commissioner for transport in the state. The move comes after Governor Fubara withdrew from the governorship race ahead of the APC primary election, thereby paving the way for Kingsley Chinda to emerge as the party's governorship candidate in the state. Darlington Oji announced his move on Facebook, saying he had returned home to his family as the political realignment continues in Rivers State ahead of the 2027 elections. The Chief Press Secretary of Obiakpo Local Government Area and Rivers State, Goodluck Sirim, has restated the commitment of the local government chairman, Dr. Gift Wolu, to enforce the ban on commercial motorcycle operators in Obiakpo Local Government Area of Rivers State, effectively August 1st, 2026. And so he made a comment during interaction with CEMTV News crew who visited his office to get clarity on the ban and to understand the government reason and plan for the area and the people.
The operations of commercial motorcycles in Obiakpo and Falga dates as far back as 2011. That's during the administration of Rotimi Amechi. At the time that particular ban was placed, residents of Port Harcourt obeyed it to the letter. Then at some point, when he left office, some persons started operating in disobedience to that particular ban. And then somewhere around 2020, The then governor too, Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, placed another ban on the activities of commercial motorcycles in just Obiakpo and Falga. This is not just Obiakpo local government chairman waking up one morning and placing that ban. This is just enforcing a ban that has been there. And you talked about the reasons why it became necessary at this time to enforce these laws. Maybe I don't know the part of Port Harcourt you live, but I live somewhere around that Rumosi, Balakaya axis. That's where we have that's where we have a lot of bikes operating as we speak. In that axis alone, we have over 3,000 motorcycles. And the accidents that are recorded on a daily basis as a result of the operations, and then some of the carelessness amongst most of them, they're uncountable. Then when you look at the security concerns, we hear how people snatch bags on a daily basis, in those areas, still at gunpoint, and then jump on the bike and they move. It makes their movement easier. So these are some of the complaints that we have been, getting, and we feel that as a local government, this, like I said, this is not just Obiakpo local government, making a law. This is Obiakpo local government enforcing a ban that has been there by previous administrations.
Reacting to concerns raised by motorists on the impact the ban would have on the living condition of commuters' businesses within the area and the livelihood of motorcycle operators will depend solely on the business for daily survival. The Chief Press Secretary indicated that there are plans to set up something to cushion for the effect of the burden in the coming days.
If we are saying that it's just Obiakpo and Falga, have you asked yourself how people survive in Lagos? Have you asked yourself how commuters go about in Abuja? Don't forget that when you're talking about cities in Nigeria, you must talk about Port Harcourt, Lagos, and Abuja. And I'm aware that in these cities, motorcycles do not operate. Commercial motorcycles do not operate. If life was as difficult as they're trying to paint it, do you think that people would be relocating to Abuja and Lagos on a daily basis the way they are doing? Because there are no motorcycle operators, commercial motorcycles operating in those areas. So this is just about people being sensational, if you ask me. This issue of hardship, economic hardship, will always be on the table. But sometimes government need to take certain decisions to restore sanity that will be in the interest of the overall residents of this particular LGA.
On a separate development, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) has announced plans to stop using crude oil-backed loans to finance the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries. NNPC Group CEO Bayo Ojulari said that the refineries must become self-sustaining businesses that can generate money, attract investors, and fund their own operations based on performance. He explained that the company is moving away from the old system of borrowing money without linking it to refinery productivity. Instead, future funding will depend on how well the refineries operate and generate value. And NNPC is also exploring partnerships with foreign investors, including Chinese companies, to help rehabilitate, expand, and improve the refineries. The company said the goal is to transform the refineries into profitable facilities that can support Nigeria's energy needs and reduce reliance on government funding. On National Front, the Director General of National Identity Management Commission, Abishoye Kuka Odusota, has said that the newly enacted NIM Act 2026 will improve Nigeria's digital identity system by strengthening data security and tackling identity-related crimes.
Will Akpabio and Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, and to the respective ministers here, the Attorney General of the Federation, and to my Honorable Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubumin Tunji-Ojo, and to the World Bank representatives, and to the House Leader, happy birthday once more. You turned 70 yesterday. Today marks a defining moment in the history of identity management in Nigeria. Mr. President, your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to digital transformation have once again positioned Nigeria for a future driven by innovation, trust, and inclusion. This landmark legislation is not just an amendment of an existing law. It is a bold leap into the future. For 19 years, the legal framework governing Nigeria's identity management system remain unchanged, while the digital landscape evolved rapidly. Today, that gap has been closed. Building on the NIMC Act of 2007, the NIMC Act 2026 establishes a modern legal framework that further strengthens the Nigerian digital public infrastructure, creating the foundation for trusted identity and seamless access to government and private sector services. It reinforces the National Identification Number as the cornerstone of identity verification and authentication across the country. The Act also introduces critical innovations that respond to the realities of today's digital world. It strengthens the protection of citizens' personal data, reinforces cybersecurity measures, provides the legal basis for a robust national public key infrastructure, and supports secure digital authentication, encryption, and digital signatures. These provisions will enhance trust in digital transactions and protect Nigerians in an increasingly connected economy. Mr. President, this historic legislation demonstrates your administration's commitment to protecting citizens' data, expanding access to essential services, strengthening national security, and accelerating Nigeria's digital economy. It provides a strong legal foundation for building a trusted digital ecosystem that will galvanize the achievement of a $1 trillion economy by 2030 through economic diversification and social investment. I also wish to sincerely appreciate the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the distinguished members of the National Assembly, the Honorable Minister of Interior, the Honorable Minister of Justice, and the Attorney General of the Federation, our development partners, the World Bank, stakeholders, and the dedicated staff of NIMC, whose collective efforts have made this achievement very possible. As a Commission, we remain committed to implementing this Act with transparency, professionalism, innovation, and the highest standards of data protection and service delivery. We will continue to work tirelessly to ensure that every Nigerian and legal resident benefits from a secure, inclusive, and efficient digital identity ecosystem. Once again, I thank you, Mr. President, for this historic gift to Nigeria and to generations yet unborn. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
She also noted that the new law gives NIMC more powers to work with security agencies to arrest and prosecute identity thieves. Koka Odusote also announced a nationwide ward enrollment program to expand national identification number NIN registration and ensure that more Nigerians are captured in the identity system. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, has commended the development and called for more public awareness and cooperation among government agencies to maximize the benefits of the new law. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall and flooding have disrupted electricity supply in parts of Lagos and Osun State, forcing power companies to temporarily cut off electricity supply in affected areas to prevent a complete collapse of the power grid. Eco Electricity Distribution Company has said that outages in some Lagos communities were caused by disruption on major transmission lines, including the Osogbo Ikeja 330 kV and Beni Egbe 330 kV lines. The affected areas include parts of Lekki, Chevron, Ikate, Oniru, Aja, Osakpa, and surrounding communities. EKDC say that it is working with the national grid operator to restore normal electricity supply once the damaged transmission lines are back in service. Meanwhile, the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company reported that flooding at the Ilari Junction substation in Osun State affected several feeders, which caused outages in some communities, including Ifewara, Iwara, Irogbo, Isere, and nearby areas. Both companies apologized to customers and has assured residents that efforts are ongoing to restore power supply. Turning now to Oyo State, where Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal has visited the scene of a violent clash in the Ojo area of Ibadan to assess the situation and reassure residents of their safety.
mọ̀ fún ìrọ̀rùn ìdàgbàsókè àti ṣe bí Ọ̀yọ́ láàrí o Ọ̀yọ́ ò ní ṣe bí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan a ń láti dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ wálẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ tó yẹ pé ìrìn àjò àǹfààní fónílé àtàlejò lọ́ fi lé wa. Ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba ò ní jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú lábẹ́ báyòówù bó ti jẹ́. Fúnde eléyìí lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ mo bá gbogbo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa àtàwọn àgbàlagbà mo gbà wá níyànjú pé gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ etí ìjọba ó ti dé tí ìjọba ìwádìí tó lóòrìn ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ don't take laws in your hands. Ẹ ti gbọ́ ẹ má mú òfin sọ́wọ́ ara yín ẹ má dájọ́ fúnra yín ìjọba mọ ètò tó máa ṣe láti rí pé ètò àlàáfíà ó jọba nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pàápàá jùlọ nìbàdàn bí ìwádìí tí ó máa lọ ẹni tí ajere òfin bá símọ́ lọ́wọ́ ó máa jìyà ìjọba fi ń dá yín lójú ṣùgbọ́n bá a ṣe wà ní ìsìn ní tá a rí ni pé tá a bá tètè dẹ́kun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ti fẹ́ sọ di ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ọ̀dẹ̀ nígbà it's one Nigeria and everybody is free to live, reside and trade anywhere in Nigeria. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn criminals wọn ikọ̀ criminals síwájú torí náà nǹkan àṣàyàn la máa ṣe gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà yìí ọwọ́ ìjọba máa tẹ̀ wọ́n.
The clash, which involved rival groups that left several persons dead and some others injured, and also causing tension in the community and disrupting business activities, reportedly started after a commercial tricycle rider was killed following a dispute over a point-of-sale transaction. During its visit, Lawal described the incident as a criminal matter and warned residents against revenge attacks. He noted that criminal activities should not be linked to ethnic group and assured that those responsible for the act will be arrested and prosecuted. Security agencies, including the police, military, and the Oyo State Security Network Agency, Amotakun, have been deployed to restore peace in the area. The state government has also promised to investigate the cause of the violence and ensure justice for the victims. On African news, Arnold Damase has officially resumed all duties as King Mezuluzu Kaziwetini's private secretary following the resignation of Prince Kishawanguban Izulu, who stepped down after serving for about a month in the role. Zulu confirmed his resignation but declined to explain the reasons, saying that a king's office should make them public. According to report, Zulu never fully took over the position because King Mizulu continued assigning key responsibilities to Ndamasa and an official vehicle. The King's spokesperson Mpikayesi Butelezi confirmed the resignation, while the traditional Prime Minister Reverend Tulasizwe Butelezi announced that Ndamase has now fully resumed his responsibility and other administrative duties in the King's office. On the foreign scene front, United immigration enforcement effort by the U.S. government, with priority given to individuals considered to be serious criminal offenders. On another front, at least 39 people have died following the severe flooding that was caused by a tropical storm. Maysak hit southern China. The worst hit area was Hangzhou in Guangxi province, where a partially collapsed reservoir dam triggered a deadly flooding that killed 26 people and 9 others still missing. Rescue teams are using boats and drones to reach affected communities, while floodwaters have also swept away animals, with a local zoo reporting more than 100 missing animals. Meanwhile, Typhoon Bavi is expected to pass near Taiwan before making a landfall on China's east coast, bringing more heavy rain, and authorities have said that floodwaters are gradually residing, while cleanup, road repairs and power restoration effort will continue in the affected areas. Still to come in the news stories are: Lagos State government hands over a rescued 22-year-old woman and her baby to official of the Plateau State government. Nigeria Customs Service Borno Yobe Area Command partners with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission to promote integrity, accountability and transparency among its officers. Please stay with us as we go on the break. We'll be right back.
This is CEMTV. Reliable news and entertainment.
Welcome back. And on health news, Think Me Kindness, a 22-year-old woman rescued by the Lagos State government after she was found unconscious on the streets in Island, Lagos, has now been handed over to officials of the Plateau State government, who will provide she and her baby with rehabilitation and support. Kindness was found unconscious on a street in Allen, Lagos, and was rushed to the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital through the Lagos State Health Management Agency's assistance in distress, Lasma Aid, where she received emergency treatment. After recovering, she gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Lagos officials noted that the rescue highlights the success of the state emergency healthcare program, which provides life-saving treatment to residents regardless of their financial status, saying that the program has saved 34 lives since it became fully operational in March 2026. And in business this evening, Nigeria Customs Service Borno Yobe Area Command has partnered with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission to promote integrity, accountability and transparency among its officers. The sensitization program, which was held at the Customs House in Maiduguri, focused on ethical standard, anti-corruption laws and accountability in customs operations. Customs Area Comptroller General Muhammad Idris stated that integrity and professionalism are essential for protecting government revenue, facilitating legitimate trade and maintaining public trust. During the session, ICP officials educated officers on corruption prevention, reporting procedures, ethical decision, and whistleblower protection. The commission also donated anti-corruption advocacy materials and copies of the ICPC Act to the Customs Command. And in sport, following speculations about the future of Nigerian winger Samuel Chukwueze, the new head coach of AC Milan, Ruben Amorim, has confirmed that Samuel will remain at the club. The coach said that Chukwueze is an important player because of his ability to beat defenders one-on-one and that he fits well into his tactical plans. He also added that the club want to focus on improving its current squad before signing new players. Chukwueze is now expected to join AC Milan pre-season training for regular plays in the term ahead of the new season. Following the recent development, And in entertainment this evening, May Odeche has filed a lawsuit at the Lagos State High Court against her former lawyer, Emeka Ugwoye, link Edoche's ex-fiancé Yinka Tyson and operators of several social media accounts over alleged cyberbullying, harassment, and defamation. She claimed that the defendants have carried out a coordinated online campaign against her for years by sharing false allegations, edited photos, images, insult, and other damaging content of her. May is asking the court to stop them from making further posts about her or the removal of the alleged defamatory content and social media account, and direct the platform to reveal the identities of the account operators. She also alleged that the online attacks have hurt her reputation, affected her business deals and endorsement, exposed her family to harassment, and caused her emotional distress. The court has ordered that the defendant be served a legal document and the case has been adjourned for a service report. And that is CEMTV News at 6. But before we go, let's take a look at the headlines. We inform you that two political allies of the Rivers State governor have reportedly left his camp and joined the Rainbow Coalition and linked to Nyesom Wike. We also inform you that heavy rainfall